InsanaShow.com.
And welcome back to the Insana Quotient. It is a Cyber Monday, which of course follows Black Friday. That's the bricks and mortar kickoff to the holiday shopping season. Today, for whatever reason, is dubbed the kickoff to the online shopping season, even though we have seen online sales skyrocket in the last several days. Now, here's a question that we have posed for several years, but increasingly needs to be asked, whether or not cyber shopping is as safe as it needs to be. Joining us now is Gary Warner. He is Director of Research in Computer Forensics at the University of Alabama at Birmingham. And Gary, it looks like traffic online has picked up rather considerably. What do our listeners need to know when they are getting involved in buying things via the Internet?
Good morning, Ron.
Good morning.
I guess the big thing that I'm trying to encourage people to do is just be smart before you click on things. Just this morning, we're seeing spam go through the roof of legitimate email marketing messages. I shouldn't call them spam, perhaps, because they really are coming from the real businesses. But, we're seeing ads from Sears and JCPenney and Kohl's and all of these different companies. But how does the average consumer know if it really came from that company? So what we're encouraging people to do, if you want to go to Sears and buy something, type it in the browser, www.sears.com. Don't just click the links that you're getting in the email.
All right, now, how can you tell? I mean, how can you tell whether you are getting a fraudulent link and whether you either are going to get a virus infecting your computer or you're going to be giving up confidential information from some of these things you receive in your inbox?
Well, it's just really becoming difficult, especially this year. We've had a new campaign against what are called ESPs. Those are the email service providers. For the last week, the criminals have been trying to take over computers that are belonging to the people who actually work in those companies that send out the messages for these large retailers. So we know that there's malware that's been placed on the actual retailers' email distributors to try to be able to send out fake messages from them. Honestly, again, I just encourage the consumer, don't even try. Just go to the real website. Don't click the link that's in your email.
Now, what about the failure of firewalls to prevent intrusion, as they like to say in the business? Are our computers not fail-safe in that regard right now?
Well, the problem is a firewall will stop traffic from a strange website that is trying to attack you. In this case, it's almost like opening the door for the burglar. You can have a great burglar alarm, but if you open the door and say, come on in, then the firewall is not going to protect you. And that's what we do. When we go to visit a website, we say, whatever programs are on your website, we invite you to run them on our computer. And that's how the malware actually bypasses the firewall. So if your computer, if you go to Google and do a search, and one of the links that comes up happens to contain a bad program, malware or virus, if you've chosen to visit that web page, it's going to run on your computer. The firewall can't help that.
All right. So with respect then to updating your computer system to prevent against some of the other abuses, is there a review any individual should take right now before getting very aggressive online as we move towards the holidays that can help at least prevent some of the problems or alert us to whether or not our computer is at risk? Anything new that we should know about?
Well, mostly it's just those patches, getting your patches in place. I did it last night on my home computer. You go to windowsupdate.microsoft.com, and it will tell you whether all of your Windows patches are accurate and complete. And then you also want to make sure your antivirus is working. And the best way to do that is to run the update program that you can find just by right-clicking on the antivirus on your toolbar. If your antivirus is complete and your Windows patches are complete, you're safer than if you didn't have those things done.
All right. So having said that, there are also some other ways to defend yourself, like as you recommend, using one-time credit card issuances in order to buy things online. PayPal can do this, and others. How do you engage in that type of thing rather than putting your own personal cards, what's American Express, Visa, MasterCard, what have you, up online and possibly to be appropriated later? How do you get access to a one-time credit card in order to go online shopping?
Well, so some of the larger credit card companies have these on their website, and it's going to vary depending on the card that you're using. One of the things that can apply to everyone, though, is to understand the difference between using a debit card and a credit card on the internet. So the one-time password, go visit your company's website. If you're a Citibank user or a Capital One user, just go to that website, and there should be links on there that are fairly obvious on how to set those things up. But one thing to remember is that credit cards are safer to use on the internet than a debit card.
Why is that?
Debit card, when you use your debit card like a credit card on a website, that money's coming directly out of your bank account. When you're using a credit card, someone's loaning you the money, and that transaction will be cleared between the credit card company and the retailer in the future. Those credit card transactions are a lot easier to reverse than a debit card transaction. If you have given your credit card number away, you want to make sure it was a credit card, not a debit card.
Yeah. Now, can you use PayPal as the intermediary to increase your safety, not just efficiency of use?
Yeah, absolutely. PayPal has some great insurance for the transactions that are conducted. I use PayPal to do most of my online purchases, actually.
All right, now you offer some very common sense advice, which is, again, if it seems too good to be true, if you're getting a come on in a computer advertisement or an email or what have you, there's no such thing as a $100 Rolex that watch typically sells in the thousands of dollars. What kind of scams are most frequently used to get the shopper's attention that may in fact be scams?
Well, there's one that we've been watching this morning, actually, already. The spam messages say things like, save 95% off retail, and they promise that these penny auctions are the way to be able to buy an iPhone for $19 or a laptop for $40. And they have testimonials from all the happy customers that just bought a 4-cent, watch or a $3 laptop or a $10 iPod. What you have to understand on these, read the fine print. On those particular things, we call them penny auctions. What you're doing is you're buying the right to bid. And so you might buy $10 worth of bid points, and you actually expend those whether or not the bid went through. That's one particular scam we're seeing a lot of. The other one is the gift cards. Lots of spam today for a $1,000 gift card from Victoria's Secrets, or eat free, $500 gift card from Olive Garden. Those spam messages are not actually supported by the companies doing those things. They're trying to trick you into having to fulfill a lot of agreements. You have to go and buy certain things from certain companies in order to earn the gift card. And the things you have to do get more and more outrageous as you go, but you don't know until you're already well into the process. So you
that's
start
just
off
a way to
having to sign up for Netflix, but by the end, to get the $1,000 gift card, you have to go buy a new car from GM or something like that.
But that also increases click-throughs, right? And visits, unique visits to various other websites.
Right. So they're the spammer is getting rich by having you click on lots of things, and you're never going to get the gift card.
All right. So bottom line, if there's the single, and I've got less than 30 seconds, the single most important thing to know today is what?
Don't click that link. Visit the website yourself, and if it seems too good to be true, it probably is.
All right. Thank you, Gary. Gary Warner, Director of Research at the University of Alabama at Birmingham on computer forensics here on this Cyber Monday.